Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Let's Talk South County. My name is Raquel Crowell, and my special guest today is Cecelia Ponzini with Cecelia's Closet and Food Pantry, a program underneath the Edward Boss Prado Foundation. Please hang on while I patch her through so that we can discuss her boots to the ground attitude, what the organization is doing now, and ways that you can help. Hi, Cecelia. Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate it. First, I'd like to find out, first, can you tell me a little bit more about why you decided to start the Edward Boss Prado Foundation? And then we'll go into some of the programs that you offer regarding, one in particular, Cecelia's Closet and Food Pantry.
So my son, Edward Boss Prado, passed away in 2003 at the young age of 29. Life is very hard when you lose a child, and I wanted to do something in his legacy and to honor him. So I started the Edward Boss Prado Foundation and continue to put in place many programs that have been very successful here in Morgan Hill for the families in real need.
Yeah. Now, right now, normally most people are sitting at home and they're kind of, doing their thing on the couch, but you, because of the time that it is, you have actually had to ramp it up, and you're probably really busy right now. I see you're gathering food, you're gathering supplies, and this is all through one of the 15 programs that you have through the Edward Boss Prado Foundation. Is that right? The Cecelia's Closet and Food Pantry?
Yes, there are so many challenged families throughout South County, and especially Morgan Hill, San Martin, Gilroy, Hollister. So we decided to do a gate-to-gate food giveaway with absolutely no contact and nobody will be making contact at all.
Okay, yeah, and I see that you have a mask, and I know that you've been spraying down, taking a lot of other precautions about, so that you stay well, your family stay well, and all the goods and services are also being wiped as well. So,
Yes, everything
go ahead.
everything that comes through us, we're receiving a lot of canned goods and non-perishables. Everything breaks down and it sits outside for about 2 hours.
Oh, wow. Okay. So that's great. That just, gives it time to air as well. Now, so you're doing this gate to gate, and I know on Thursday you have another event going on. Tell me about that one.
So Thursday, what's going to happen is there are families being invited in through the Morgan Hill Unified School District. They know a lot of the families that are challenged. So those families will be coming along with a couple other organizations we've invited, like I said, to drive up, get their bag of food, and just keep going. That's going to be for over 100 families on Thursday. And then throughout the week, I'm giving out food as needed. I'm getting phone calls and people are asking for food for a lot of the affordable housing areas. So that's what we've been taking care of for the last 3 weeks. Almost every day I'm out delivering.
Yeah, and I want people to be aware, because I don't think that people know, but you yourself are your own foundation, and you have all these great programs underneath, and I'll name a few in just a minute. But I wanted to let people know that your foundation itself, and specifically Cecelia's Closet and Food Pantry, you also serve some of the larger companies in Morgan Hill, Gilroy, San Martin, Hollister, as such as Rebecca's Children's Services, Community Solutions. These are some large organizations that go to you and send their families. How does that work for you as an organization?
Well, number one, we are the Edward Boss Prado Foundation is a true nonprofit. Nobody gets paid. And I believe that nonprofits should help other nonprofits that are in their mission, which is serving families in need. So, we call them, we set up a meeting, and we talk, and we're able to serve their families as well. A lot of times, other nonprofits, they don't have money to give, but what they do have is volunteering. They'll come and volunteer for us when we have an event, such as Fit for Fall, back to school clothing, Oktoberfest. The other nonprofits will jump in and help us. So we do serve these other nonprofits, even though they are large, they still need resources that we have.
Yeah, and I wanted to kind of just quickly touch too on some of the other organization, well, other programs underneath the overall umbrella. You have Walking with Dignity, No Child Goes Unfed. Is that what it is? So,
Yes, Walking with Dignity is we provide gift cards for every single elementary school in Morgan Hill under Morgan Hill Unified School District. We also support the charter schools. Those schools, every school gets the gift cards when school, about a week after school starts. They identify the families and give the gift card to the parent or guardian, because the teachers do have the relationship with the parents. And again, we never ask for names. That's why it's called Walking with Dignity. We want them to have the shoes. We necessarily don't need to know who the families are. And that is the dignity within our organization.
yeah, I think that's great. When I was younger, my house burnt down and we had nothing. And it was organizations such as yourself that they came and they brought us food and they brought us clothes. And as a young tween, I think I was 11 at the time, it was hard because you didn't have anything. And it's part of why your organization really, really touches me, is just that, you don't ask for those names. Just because you're having a hardship of some sort doesn't mean that you want to just be shown around that something happened to you. And I think that that's great.
I
Now,
also believe that people really don't like to get charity, but they have to. And I think that's why we need to leave them with their dignity.
yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah, for sure. Now, you only do one large fundraiser a year, which is in June. What are your plans, which is right now, I think it's a fiesta, and it's going to be held at the Granada Theater on June 27th. What are your plans for that?
So on that day, we'll have our one annual fundraiser. We only have one a year because there's so many other nonprofits that are having them so often. So I didn't want to tap into everybody that much. So we have one fundraiser. We'll sell 200 tickets at the beautiful Granada Theater, and everyone will come in. They'll be able to see. This year we're having an orchestra of mariachis. We're having the dancers from Watsonville, the folklore dancers, and it's going to be a really nice meal. And the fundraiser will help me take care of all the 15 programs. The fundraiser we have carries us through so that we can continue to support all these organizations that we have been. I mean, we are giving, and we do give to many organizations. We just gave 30,000 to Gavilan College for scholarships for trade schools. So we want to be able to continue doing that. So that's why this fundraiser is very important when people they support us. And I'm lucky. I've had the same supporters since I've started. Every year, a little bit more jump in. So we've been very fortunate.
Yeah, I think that that's great. I follow you and on your own Facebook page, and I see that there's so many community members that also share your passion, that when you say, I'm out of something, almost, that same day, there's somebody, whether it's one can, two cans, whatever they can afford, they come to your house and they drop it off. And I think it's important to know that it's not how much all the time that you can give. Even if it's just something small, it will help another family just get through some of that. So I think it's great that no donation is too small.
No, we're grateful for one can good. I've always said that we are grateful for $10. And I actually really honestly and sincere with that, because not everybody has a lot to give. But if somebody has one can good, it makes them feel good that they can give back as well. So this is the kind of organization that we are.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I recently saw that you partnered with Kaiser. And so I know that some people, maybe it's not canned goods, but you also accept things such as clothing and shoes as well. What are the guidelines to that? So, and when are you open? Are you still receiving those during this time, or are you strictly more focusing on the food that people need at this time for the situation that we're in?
So, number one, your first question, yes, we are open at Kaiser Permanente on Santa Teresa for clothing only. For that patient that does not have clothing to leave in, or maybe that mom that just gave birth and doesn't have a robe, or that homeless person that their clothing needs to get cut off. So we provide the first week of every month gently used clothing. The closet is very nice. It's called Cecilia's Closet at Kaiser Permanente. So the the patients there get to leave not only with good health care, but with dignity. And as far as the closet, Cecilia's Closet and Food Pantry, right now it's closed because I don't want to get the contamination of all the clothing right now. So we're focusing right now on just food, and we're doing it out of my house so that I don't have to stay at the closet 24/7. It's just easier when I'm home. When somebody calls me and says, Cecilia, there's a family in a motorhome on Condon Avenue or wherever it may be, we're able to service them a lot faster.
Okay, and I've seen your garage, and I'm gonna definitely make sure that we can show those photos, because you have your own warehouse in your garage of all these foods and canned goods and stuff like that. What I know, is there a certain food that you're looking for at the moment, or is it just anything that somebody could give? Are you are you looking more for cereal? Are you looking more for canned goods? Are you looking more for what can people, if they were to go to shop, what's something that you would like them to bring?
Because we're giving out hundreds of gallons of milk, boxes of cereal, peanut butter and jelly, bread. Kids are hungry all the time, and a lot of kids are not in school now. So I want to make sure that they have something to eat. Any kind of pasta. If we give pasta, we give the sauce. If we give pancakes, we give the syrup. So we need to make sure that everything sort of matches. And that's how we will be making our bags this week, to make sure the family can actually make meals out of what we're giving them. So, anything does. But if you really want to know, even tortillas are good, flour or corn. But those are the things we're looking for. Bags of rice and beans, I believe I have plenty of, but we're going to have to keep doing this for a while.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely an ongoing thing, and I think it's not just Thursday that you've got to focus on. People are coming to
It,
you on a daily basis,
yes.
trying to say, this person needs this person needs that. You know, definitely. So you're always in constant need. So I want to ask, if somebody wants to drop off goods, where do they go?
Our home, which is 865 Encino Drive, Morgan Hill. There's a bin at the front door. And if you give a knock at the door, you'll get a spray down with Lysol or watered bleach, because I spray everybody down and I spray everything down. But we've been accepting since last week. And I have to admit, this community has really come together. I put on social media, I needed 200 boxes of cereal. And I left to go deliver some food and came back within 2 hours. And a gentleman and his wife were in the front in a van with 200 boxes of cereal. So we've been very blessed in our community, but from Gilroy and Hollister too, because they're bringing us food as well.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I feel, your organization, while you're based in Morgan Hill, you're serving the local South County area, through all these other organizations as well.
Yes, we used to say we were South County, but we're much bigger than that now. We're all the way in San Benito, actually in Watsonville. We help the migrant labor camp. It's called Buena Vista. So we're helping them now. So if my theory is to my board, if we have the resources, why not?
Yeah, I just love that. And it's a thankless job, doing some of this. You don't always get the recognition that you deserve. A lot of times some people, they just don't want it either. They don't do it for that reason. They do it because they want to help. They want to be a part of the community. It makes, them feel good on the inside. And so I really love that when I've seen, you try to acknowledge those people as much as you can, just to give them a thank you, because sometimes you just don't get that. And it's not giving is getting, but people do acknowledge. And I love that you always try and thank whoever donates for whatever reason. I love that. Now,
I've been very
go ahead.
I've been very fortunate. I met a woman from Gilroy. Her name's Maria Sid with Farmers. And she has jumped right on board with us for all the food that we need. She keeps bringing it. She's having her clients give us food. So it's really wonderful. And then I have to say thank you to My Pizza in Morgan Hill. He's actually been giving me pizzas as I deliver bags of food. He's giving me a hot pizza to deliver to all these families. So big shout out to My Pizza Morgan Hill.
Wow. See, and that's great. That this is stuff that I love to let the public know, because a lot of times we don't know what really goes on behind the scenes. And,
Mm-hmm.
and Gary, he's still working at the garage while this is
Right.
happening. I mean, people are still on the road. They're still breaking down. Their cars needs to still, happen. You're still plugging away. Um, Now, if somebody doesn't want to drop off canned goods, is there a way to make a monetary donation? And how do they do that?
Yes, we have a PayPal. The Edward Boss Prado Foundation has a PayPal. You can go and tap into that and donate. People ask me, would you like money or the food? And I always tell them whatever is easiest for you. I don't mind doing the shopping. I've been doing the shopping. One day I went to 9 stores just
Yeah.
to get a lot of the food that we're going to need.
So where would they find your PayPal? Is that on the website? And what is your website?
It's the website is edwardbossprado.org, or you can find it on my Facebook under Cecelia Ponzini.
Okay, you're really active on your personal page about the all the programs that you have. Do you have a business Facebook or do you prefer people to follow you on your personal page? Is that the easier one?
I actually have 3 pages. I have Cecelia Ponzini, which is my name. Then I have Cecilia's Closet and Food Pantry. And then I have the Edward Boss Prado. So I'm managing 3 pages. You can find all the information on one of those Facebook pages.
Okay, and I'll
And
make sure to include the links for those as well.
Yeah, and so I don't spend a lot of money on advertising. The social media has done very well for us, and we're grateful to all our followers and all our donors and sponsors.
Yeah, I follow you, and so I definitely know how busy you have been with this. I just have a question. What do you prefer to, not prefer, but what do you do in your little bit of downtime that you have? When you just want to take a break, what is it that you're doing right now?
You know what? That rarely happens. I need to keep busy. When you've lost a child, I've learned the pain doesn't go away. I've learned to live with it. So I just have to stay busy. It's very rare that I can ever sit down and even read a book anymore. I stay busy. That's the honest truth.
Well, and we can definitely say we've seen you keeping yourself busy. I want to make sure that you stay healthy. We need you out there. We need you doing what you're doing. I think that it's amazing for the community, and I'm looking forward to all the rest of following you through the rest of this year for sure, just so we can highlight some of the things that you get to do. I wanted to ask one last question regarding the food pantry, the Cecilia's Closet and Food Pantry. What would you say is a good package to put together? When you put a package together for a family, what's something that, if one family wanted to say, I want to put together a package for a family and give that to you, what would that be?
So to be very truthful, 85% of our families are Hispanic. So the staples of food that we give is a bag of rice, bag of beans, oil, tomato sauce, and then the crazy canned goods, which could be a little bit of everything. But we want to make sure that we give the staples. So those are the things that we put in, and we try to put something in there for the kids as well. Girl Scouts of America has been very good with us. They've given us hundreds of boxes of cookies, so we want to thank them. But no, every family gets the food is selected very carefully that goes into the bags on Tuesdays when the families are there for to pick up food. We make sure that they can actually make a couple of meals, if not a few.
Okay, that's great. I wanted to hear that, because I want people to know how you're trying to round out a bag for a family. You're just not giving them hodgepodge and making them figure it out. You're really focusing on what can a family make for their meal.
Yeah, and then another thing we also give is hygiene. We always give toothpaste, toothbrushes, deodorant, body wash, soap, shampoo, and conditioner, because if a family needs to buy food and they have very little, they're going to purchase the food and not the hygiene. So we make sure that all families get that gallon bag of hygiene as well.
Okay, that's great to know too. So if somebody wanted to go to the dollar store, or, they can purchase shampoos and toothbrushes and stuff and still donate those kind of items. And those keep for a while as well. And I'm sure you have plenty to give out, but I did see the other day that you're running out of bars of soap. So, and someone donated a whole bunch of bars. So I think it's great that you're still giving that kind of thing away.
Yeah, a woman came for food to my house, and as she was leaving with her children, she asked me, "Do you have any soap?" And I said, "Well, what kind of soap?" She goes, "Like bar soap." So I ran in the house, and I got the 6-pack that I had. And then after she left, I realized there was a half a bar in the shower for my husband. So on Facebook, I said, "Does anybody have bar soap?" And again, I was gone and came back, and there was 108 bar soaps at my front door that was donated. So that was really nice.
Yeah, I love to see how the community is really coming together right now. I
And
just
I'm giving those bar soaps out on Thursday as well.
Okay, great. Um, so I just have a few little personal questions for you. What is a favorite snack food that you like?
Gosh, there's so many. Um, Geez. I like for cinnamon cookies, which I hardly ever get because nobody hardly makes them except at Christmas time. Um, oh gosh, lemon meringue pie. There are just so many. There's too many. I love sweets, and
Yeah.
for snacks. Yeah.
And are you watching a TV show? Do you have time for that? Or are you reading a good book?
I don't have time to read anymore, but at the end of the day, I will sit with my husband to watch TV, and he's hooked on one of these Netflix movies that has, I don't know how many series. So I'm just sort of monitoring that with him. Um, I can't really follow a long series just because I'm so busy, but I do in the evenings try to enjoy something with my husband.
Good. Yeah, I want to make sure that you're still enjoying your favorite snack food, your favorite binge drink, having just, a little bit of time to sit there and just relax. Because I think that I see you out, and I know that, you don't want to be not so busy, but sometimes I feel like I want to make sure that you're staying healthy and recharged every single day. So make sure we
Oh,
get that
I
in.
am. I really am. I'm taking all my vitamins. I've got bleach and water in my vehicle. I've got it in my kitchen sink. If you come in, you got to stick your hands in there. You get sprayed down at the door. All the food gets sprayed down. So I'm being very careful because I know I need to stay healthy so I can help other families.
Okay, good. So I definitely want to have you back on again. I know you have 15 programs underneath the Edward Boss Prado Foundation. You have the Oktoberfest, the Morgan Hill Hope. I think it's Hope for Police. Is that right? Is that
It's called the Morgan Hill Police Hope Program. It's
Hope?
a backpack from the foundation for that homeless person they run into.
Yeah, and I want to go over all of these different programs. But for this episode, I wanted to specifically focus on Cecelia's Closet and Food Pantry, because I know that that's the one that's really moving right now with all these families. Some of them are not working. They're, out, the kids are out of school, and they need this extra support right now. So I appreciate you taking just a few minutes just to talk with me about this, and I'll make sure that I spread the word and put a list out of some things that you're always willing to accept, and the address where they can also deliver it. Is there anything
Okay,
else
thank
that
you.
you'd like the public to know before we sign off?
Just thank you to all of you that have sponsored us and donated to us for the last 6 years. We're going strong, and we could not do it with all of you. So thank you. Thank you, Raquel. You as well.
Oh, you're welcome, of course. All right, well, have a good day, and I will make sure that we send this out, and I'm really excited. So thank you very much. Keep up the good work, and we will chat soon.
Thank you very much. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching this episode of Let's Talk South County, where we just spoke with Cecelia Ponzini, the fearless leader of Cecelia's Closet and Food Pantry. If you would like to send her a donation or contribute some canned goods, I'll make sure that I put the links below. If you liked this video, please make sure that you give it a thumbs up, share it, or even subscribe to my YouTube channel where I'll have more videos like this. Thank you, and I appreciate you watching.